So we have decided to organize and form a worker center to defend ourselves from all the abuses and exploitation from the employers.
Así como el caso de la compañía de ABC,
So for example, in the case of this ABC, the recycling plant,
hay otras también que los trabajadores están sufriendo iguales
there are
condiciones.
many others like ABC who are exploiting, abusing, and putting workers at risk in this area.
Por ejemplo, el caso de la compañía donde los compañeros tuvieron el problema, pues
So for example, the company that employed these workers,
son más de 80 trabajadores los que salieron afectados.
there's more than 80 workers that were affected in the accident.
Lo que a nosotros en gran medida nos preocupa también que aquí tiene mucha responsabilidad la ciudad.
We believe that the city has a lot of responsibility on what happened to these workers.
Porque ABC son contratistas,
Because
¿verdad?, de la
ABC, they
ciudad.
subcontract this work that is happening at the plant.
Y el otro papel que tiene responsabilidad es la agencia temporera también.
So the other unscrupulous abuse is from the temp agency that employ the workers themselves.
En este caso es BJ,
In
que
this
contrata a la
case,
gente y la
it's
lleva
BJs.
a exponerla sin darles ninguna formación, orientación de a qué se van a ir a enfrentar.
So BJs, for example, employ these workers without providing them any training at all. So they're not taking responsibility as the primary employers for these workers.
En el caso de la compañía ABC hay varias cosas. Primero, el estado en que los trabajadores trabajan ahí.
So, for example, ABC has a lot at stake into it, because the conditions of the workers, they're not providing the best working conditions, and they are responsible for these workers.
Como decían ya los compañeros, no hay guantes, no hay mascarillas, los chalecos no sirven, son rotos, los cascos tampoco sirven, que les dan, no hay los servicios totalmente sucios, ¿verdad? No hay papel higiénico, no hay ni siquiera agua potable.
So the
para
working
poder lavar las
conditions
manos.
of these workers exacerbate some of these their conditions, because you heard that they don't provide them with any protective equipment, any gloves, any mask. They have no water to drink in the facilities.
Por lo menos, si en que sea mascarillas buenas dieran, los compañeros al menos damos gracias a Dios que están vivos, pero sí creemos que con un poquito más hubieran muerto porque no tenían ni mascarillas y absorbiendo.
So if these workers had had the appropriate equipment, for example, good masks that would protect the fumes and the chemicals that exploit them, these workers could have resisted and could be better in better conditions today.
Y lo último es el nivel ambiental, es pasar absorbiendo todo el día ese humo proveniente de los desechos
So
sólidos.
the environmental conditions are horrible as well. The fumes that come through the trash, through the dust, through all the trash that you can imagine are horrible. You have to live, smell, and work under those conditions.
Ahí se come junto y se convive durante todo el día con unas ratas de este porte.
So imagine yourself having to work in a facility like that, you having to eat with no water, and the rats are this big in that facility.
Entonces nosotros, quizás para finalizar, estamos aquí, primero para que ustedes conozcan el problema que vivimos, y segundo, porque nosotros pensamos desarrollar algunas acciones, ¿verdad?
So-
Y ahí quisiéramos la solidaridad de ustedes.
So we are here because we believe that this group has some solidarity, and this is what we're looking for. We're looking, we're hoping to develop some actions that we want to come with your support and solidarity to help workers like us in their conditions here in New Bedford.
Bueno, creemos que este tema es tan grande que podríamos continuar con mucho tiempo, pero sabemos que hay un tiempo también ya
So-
establecido. Gracias y
We hope that we will gain the support and solidarity from you all in our near actions. And something that I want to say is that this recycling plant, the recycling works, they get local and state funding, and they should have a health and safety work plans and committees for the workers at these plants. And when we're talking about green jobs, we many times think that they're safe, but just because a green job is a green job doesn't mean that it's safer. And look how much these workers get paid. It's the minimum wage. And you know, this is something that we want to raise some of these issues to you, and hoping that you all gonna be part of it, because this is this is the reality of the workers here in New Bedford, and the recycling the recycling works around the country. And the state, we have several recycling plants. The conditions, we heard of the conditions are horrible, and that's what we hear. So we're hoping that you all going to take some type of action.
Yeah. And we always want to finish with actions that we all can take, and I wanted to, I have a fact sheet on 3 pieces of legislation and a letter that you could sign tonight to Speaker DeMacy and Senate President Murray. And these are pieces of legislation that the Council has endorsed in the past. Fight for a stronger OSHA, that on the federal level would bring us all into the same health and safety law. Fight to end temp worker abuses, that I think would be very helpful for the workers in this situation, where it would create a level playing field where workers who work for temp agencies would have to be given information about hazards and protective equipment and things that they described to us tonight. And then a fight for safe workplaces and healthy communities, which is the safer alternatives to toxic chemicals, which you all have supported a lot in the past. In fact, Willie and I were in a famous meeting that he'll tell you about sometime when your ears are unclogged. So I will pass that around. Kim, did you want to
Yeah, I just wanted to briefly say that, this is a result of privatization, right? These were city jobs, they were municipal jobs doing this work, and then the work became privatized and was contracted out. And, that's the background of what happened. And I'm just very grateful these young men have come forward. I think that there's a chance they may not have been with us, they may not have survived that accident. As this brother talked about being in a coma for 3 days. So I think that these conditions are around us, and sometimes you don't see it. But I think that, we're lucky to have you hear the story of what happened.
And in the report, it also mentions that the first responders were also injured, so police, fire, emergency people also were sent to the hospital. I don't know, Cookie, you're like nodding, so you must be familiar with this. So this is a community issue, and as I was saying before when you were in the other room, Jim, that one of the things that we're working on in the Green Justice Coalition is to make sure that when these jobs are contracted out, that these contractors sign agreements where they will provide these kind of protections. So.
Thank you for coming.
Gracias.